little optimism.
Subscribe, leave a voicemail, and share the show with a brother.
Chewie, get us out of here!
Time to abandon ship.
It's great to be in the Empire today.
Star Wars Escape Pod is the pod for you.
There's the Republic's choice of podcast anywhere in the galaxy.
If you are tuning in right now, don't go anywhere. Leave a review and make it a good one.
Empire today. Empire today. I thought that was a pretty good take. Pray I don't alter my performance any further.
Welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod and another episode of Cantina Banter, where your host and co-hosts all sit in the cantina for a casual chat. Isn't that right?
Sure.
With the band playing their famous song. They always seem to be playing the same song.
Well, that's how you know we're in the cantina.
That's right.
Play that song again.
Yeah. All right. So casual chat we are. And I think this is the 4th Cantina Banter episode.
That's probably about right.
So, that's cool.
I still like the other intro better, but we'll get used to it.
Fair enough. But hey, I got good news. Is we had a little bit of a break, just not publishing episodes for a few weeks because partly because I was just really lazy, and then secondly because I thought, you know what, putting out episodes on a weekly basis can almost discourage not listening to some of them sometimes. So I thought, okay, let's see how it goes. I'll just let them all sit and cook for a little bit, and how many listens we bring in.
Where did you hear this formula?
Just I don't know, just an experiment, and and a lot of you guys ended up tuning in still, and maybe going back to an older episode, so that was cool. And we have officially now passed 100,000 all-time downloads.
Oh, cool!
On the podcast,
wow.
In those 2 weeks. So that was cool. That was awesome news.
We've been listened to over 100,000 hours.
Yeah, over 100,000 times. So I thought that was pretty neat.
That's crazy.
So big milestone, and we can celebrate that, and big thank you to all of you who are so dedicated at tuning into the show and sharing it with your friends and other Star Wars fans and everything. I mean, if you're tuning in on Podbean, definitely props to you all out there, because our follower count has grown quite a bit, in the last year and a bit, and of course anyone else out there on Spotify and Apple and iHeartRadio and all the different platforms. Big thank you to you as well. And, we hope you keep coming back, and we hope you check out Star Wars Launchpad, which is our secondary AI experimental podcast, which we're up to, I think, 10 or 11 episodes now.
Oh,
and
wow.
they're very inconsistent. They just kind of come when they come.
Yeah,
so
it depends on the news, right?
Yeah, it depends on the news. Depends if there's something interesting that we can pipe into the AI chat. And it's also not just news. It's sort of experimental conversation in a way, because there was one episode which most recently, it's called The Bad Batch, a Grand Overview, diving deep between the Clone Wars and A New Hope. And what I did was it was actually a really interesting experiment that I wanted to run. So using Google Gemini, I created a outline of the Bad Batch entire series, using data that was basically easy to find, based on I think I forget if I used Wikipedia or something else. Yeah, and it was just the general overview of the show, and then here's the list of all the episodes and stuff. And I just said, okay, create an overview, a series rewatch, sort of I guess multi-page document of watching through the Bad Batch, separate the story arcs into their respective clumps. So it's okay, here's one viewing section as you watch these 2 or 3, and then, so on and so forth. And then also separate it by season and so on, right? And it did a fantastic job at generating this document for me. and then I used that as a reference for making the conversation for Launchpad.
Interesting.
And based on the information that Gemini was able to provide, the Launchpad guys, it was able to make a really. They were great. Dak and Mia, we love them, right? Our AI hosts over there on Launchpad, and they were able to get a really good conversation out of that. And the episode is, I think it's like 20 minutes or something, and I think it turned out really well. Like they summarized the show in a very efficient way, and you get a very good sense of what happens throughout the show, the main beats of things, and a sense of what happened in that show in the context of the greater story. And I thought that was really cool. So, and then the newest one is, of course, anything that happened at SDCC 2025, San Diego Comic-Con, the reveals, and of course a little mention about how George Lucas took the stage. And we talked about it here on Escape Pod about his museum launching next year. So, I feel like that's pretty well covered. But yeah, definitely go and check out Launchpad. It's a cool experiment. So
very cool. I'm gonna have to check the episode out. I missed that one.
Yeah,
the Bad Batch one.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was great. So, Cantina Banter, number 4. We got some casual stuff going on, and I definitely want to, kick things off with, we got some new books hitting the shelf. There was
No Longer High Republic.
No Longer High Republic, of course. It's all over. It's all done. Marvel debuted the finale of the Marvel Comics mainstream High Republic series a few weeks back.
Okay.
So it's all a closed book now. No pun intended. It's like all the avenues for the High Republic are now no longer pending of coming out. I think the only thing that we're waiting on is actually an Acolyte book.
Season 2? Oh.
It's it's called the Wayseeker, and that's the only book that remains to come out. It's by Justina Ireland, who is one of the authors of the High Republic series.
Okay.
And it's a prequel book to the Acolyte series.
Have we heard of the term Wayseeker before?
We've heard of Wayfinder, which is that device.
That's what I was thinking of.
But we've also heard of Wayseeker in the High Republic era when they were
type of Jedi, right?
Yeah, it's like a position that people can have,
That's what it was.
Yeah, it's just another Acolyte book, and this goes along with a few other Acolyte books. There's one called The Acolyte, the Crystal Crown that came out on July 29th earlier this year. And that one was by Tessa Gratton, who I believe also worked in the High Republic stuff. And also a prequel book. As you can see, Yord is still alive there. So, yeah, I mean,
that's the character from the show?
The characters that all just got just wiped out in the show. So it's interesting that they're doing all these prequel books to the Acolyte,
right?
And
they probably don't want to reveal what happens afterwards because they're probably still figuring that out. Considering,
I think a lot of these books were actually in progress before the Acolyte ended. Yeah, because one of them was announced, but I think before the show's cancellation, and then the other one, I wouldn't be surprised if they were already halfway through it. And it's okay, well, let's just kind of carry on, right? So there's at least 2. Oh, and there's a one-shot Kalnaka Marvel comic that they did at one point.
Which one's Kalnaka?
Kalnaka is the Wookiee in the main cast of the Jedi and stuff. So, I mean, there's a lot of prequel content, for the Acolyte show.
With the Aka name.
So it's at the tail end of the High Republic era. So, if you count that into the High Republic initiative, then I guess technically it's not fully done yet.
Right. He's this became this weird gray area where it's the middle ground between High Republic and Phantom Menace.
Yeah, exactly. So
you just keep dividing eras in half. To just get such small increments.
That's right. That is right. Another thing is on top of that, we were just talking about Bad Batch, but there's a book that just hit the shelf called Bad Batch Sanctuary. I actually did see it in the bookstore literally last night as of this recording. And this book it's about the main cast of the Bad Batch during the Bad Batch show. So a little something about this book is I believe it takes place between the seasons. It's written by Lamar Giles, and it was released on August 5th, 2025. It's set after the events of the season's 13th episode. Can you guess which one that is? Season 2, sorry. Season 2, episode 13. I talk about it a lot.
Give me a hint. Is it that it's about that planet you hate so much?
Pabu.
Pabu! I was just trying to think of the name of it when you were talking. That's funny, yeah.
Yeah, so
What's that planet he hates?
It's set after the events.
Pablo?
It's set after the events of Pabu, and unsurprisingly, it's about Pabu.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, when I think Bad Batch and Sanctuary, that is the first thing I think of.
Oh, man. Okay, so here, I'll read you the published summary. A good soldier knows that life is all about change, whether it's on or off the battlefield. Surviving, living means adaptation. Hunter is well acquainted with this lesson. He's on the run from the Empire, Echo's off on a mission with Captain Rex, and Crosshair is still Crosshair. But amidst all the change, Hunter still has Tech, Wrecker, and Omega to worry about. And it seems that his small family might have finally found a safe place to land, far from the increasingly vigilant eyes of the Empire, Pabu. But their potential new island home is in desperate need of resources. If there is any hope for the fledgling community to recover from a devastating sea wave, that's where Fee Genoa, self-proclaimed liberator of treasures, comes in with a couple of jobs she swears will get them the funds they need. Despite Hunter's concern with Fee's precarious plans, the rest of the crew is fine following her lead. Things go wrong almost immediately as Fee's droid blows the crew's cover at a high-stakes auction, and they barely make it out with the relic that they had been paid to acquire. What is this? A publisher's summary? What, it's like spoiling the whole book.
That doesn't sound that different than what happened in the show. Oh. Is Fee the character voiced by Wanda Sykes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hunter insists they finish their first mission and deliver the relic before taking on more work, but Fee and the others push forward with a second job, ferrying a couple on the run, one of whom is due to give birth at any moment. Hunter worries what they're risking, especially when their mysterious new passengers cling to lies and secrets that trace back to an Imperial Security Bureau officer hot on their trail. As Hunter tries to get the crew back on a stable, safe path far, far away from anything to do with the Empire's watchdogs, their overlapping missions only invite more danger and chaos. On the verge of failing both their desperate passengers and their community on Pabu, the Batch must remember that the only way to succeed, the only way that they survive to fight another day, is by trusting each other. So, this novel was revealed back in February of this year and only just released. And so interesting stuff. It's on the shelf. It
sounds very similar to an episode from the show.
It does. It's an all unique story, I guess, that sort of separates the ending of the Pabu arc and the follow up
the next season, right?
episode. Well, it's the same season. It's just episode 14 of season 2. So
okay. The second last season, right? There's one more after the season.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. It's actually, you know what? Actually, come to think of it, it might be the last. Might be the last episode. No, it can't be.
I'm pretty sure there's another season. It's like season 3.
No, there is a season 3.
Because that one was very cinematic and a lot darker. In my opinion, a lot better. I liked it a lot.
I'm trying to think of like when the Pabu episode is that, like, how close is that to the ending of the season 2 is what I mean. Like,
I think that's pretty well near the end, because then there's a time jump and you come back because they think they're retired.
Right. Oh yeah.
And then the beginning of the next season, they're like forced back into the battle.
Yeah, tipping point. That's the next episode after that, and then there's Summit, and that's the finale.
Yeah,
Summit.
Yeah, because that's when they get into the experimental base.
Oh, sorry, the Plan 99. That's the one after Summit. So Summit and Plan 99 are the two finale episodes.
Wait.
Because like
okay, I think was it end of season 1 they find Pabu,
and
then
possibly
because the end of season 2 I think Omega is kidnapped.
Yeah,
and that's the cliffhanger.
No, that's the end of season 1, I think.
Well,
maybe
because they break her out in the final season, right? Because she starts there.
Man, we gotta rewatch this show.
It's been Like we watched the seasons too spread out.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So I think one of the reasons, if anyone's tuning in for the first time and okay, why does he hate
chaos?
Yeah. Why does he hate Pabu? It was because there was this build up to the bad, in the plot of the show, there's this build up to them finding a new place, right? Like a new place of refuge. And they finally get there. And in one episode, they have a plot line where the people of the island, who are these peaceful villagers, they've been living there for over hundreds of years, and they're like, okay, yeah, the last massive tsunami happened well over 1,000 years ago. And then the day they get there, there's a massive tsunami that comes in and wipes out the whole island. And it was dude, what that's just insanely bad luck, to the point where it literally took me out of it. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. It just, at that point, I was just ticked off because it was just
too unlikely.
Come on. It was way too unlikely, man. It's just as unlikely as Palpatine coming back.
What about
again for a second time?
Oh, man. These things just kind of tend to happen.
Yeah, they do. Anyways. Okay, and then one last thing from the literature section. The original trilogy is, as of recently, just been re-released. The novelizations, that is. This is A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. All new covers, soft covers.
Cool.
Yeah, artwork. The title is all in the font that you would recognize from Disney Plus, and it's just a way of republishing the novelizations again and again. So.
It's pretty neat. I like how the Stormtrooper for, I think, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Looks almost like a zombified version.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It would be cool if they made these into posters that people could print out, and they're cool.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Cool covers. So, yeah, new in paperback. I imagine that all of them will eventually get these covers and these releases.
Oh, a new matching set, you mean?
Yeah. I imagine the prequels will be next, and then the sequels, and so on and so forth.
Right, put them all together.
Yeah.
What about the in-betweens, the anthology films?
Oh, maybe, actually. That's a good point. Maybe they'll do Rogue One and Solo. But yeah, because every movie that they've done has always gotten novelization.
Yeah.
They haven't missed a single one, at least from the movies.
Yes. I don't know if they've done shows. I think they've done comic adaptations.
They have, yeah. Yeah. They've done comic adaptations for Ahsoka, Mandalorian season 1 and 2. And I don't think they've done 3 yet. And I think that's it. I don't think they.
No Book of Boba.
Nope. No, I think they've only done those ones. And then they've done comic adaptations for the movies, and they've done comic adaptations for, weirdly enough, the first 2 canon Thrawn books.
That is strange.
Yeah. Really
recently?
Weird. No, it's taken them a while to do, but they did Thrawn, and then they did Thrawn Alliances.
Okay.
And those are the first 2 books that Timothy Zahn did under the Disney umbrella. So, and Bryce read the Thrawn one, not knowing that it was based on the book.
Oh, the comic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's he mentioned it to us last year in the summer when we went on our trip, and it was that's just based on the book. And he's like, what? I didn't know that. I was like, yeah, the Thrawn comic book, yeah, it's just based on the novel.
That's funny. Get 2 for.
Yeah, so if you want the full story, just read the novel.
Or if you just want to be able to look at imagery to go along with your novel.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Make it into a picture book.
Something about the novelizations and the adaptions that they do in Marvel is they always try to add in a little bit of extra content, and they try to fill out maybe a gap or 2 that was left behind in the original story. So that's something that I think a lot of people usually appreciate about the adaptions. It's always a little convoluted as to whether or not that's
canon,
but it is what it is. Okay, so something popped up on my radar recently, and it's called a Star Wars pop-up library. Have you ever heard of it?
It's not Scholastic?
No. So it was very curious because this is only weeks after Kirk sent me a message from I think he was in the mall or somewhere, and there was a pop-up Star Wars cantina where they had done and this was in Melbourne, I think, like where he lives. And this was, I have some photos here, but you were able to order like blue milk, and you could get I think you could order like a Bantha burger. Here's the menu.
Did they set up so it looked like you're at the cantina?
Yeah, they had some sort of little setup here. So they had blue milk, they had blue milk slushy, Spark Eternal Slipper, whatever that is.
What is that?
It's a elixir worthy of legends. This luminous blend of apple, celery, carrot, pineapple, orange, lemon, and cucumber is the perfect refresher for those seeking balance in the galaxy. There's the Tatooine Sunset and Ripple Still Mineral Water. Oh, that's just, okay. I think that's just the brand.
It sounded like Star Wars.
Still, their description is very Star Warsy. They said, this pure, still mineral water is the essential fuel for every Jedi, pilot, and protocol droid. What? Protocol droids don't drink water.
Droid.
Calm,
They
clear,
consume
and
oil.
yeah, calm, clear, and perfect, ready for interstellar adventures. Limited edition cans, one per customer. So this was done by Victoria, Creative Victoria. The badge also credits Victoria State Government and the Melbourne Museum. So this was at the Melbourne Museum, I guess. So thank you again, Kirk, to sending the.
Did he attend?
He did, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So he ordered a
He's got a Wookiee cookie.
cookie, and which looks like
And
a
a blue
gingerbread
milk?
and a blue milk, yeah, with a paper straw.
Just had to point that out.
Just gotta point that out. And there's a Kylo Ren standing in there.
Kylo Ren.
So it's kind
They
of
did a pretty good job setting it
yeah.
up.
I mean, they gotta
It's
like
like a mall.
yeah. I think it's the museum, but they
yeah.
had some banners up. They had like the whole cantina sort of bar top area. Like it feels like it's out of maybe a first order spaceship or something.
Mm-hmm.
If you were walking through a first order like cafe on board a Star Destroyer.
I don't see any 501st or anything there.
No, there's just first order stormtroopers. There's like I'm counting like
but those
three.
are statues.
Oh
not
yeah, those are all
people.
statues. Yeah. This is the Kylo Ren statue. Yeah, first order statues. There's like 2 or 3 of them in there.
I gotta take it down to Star because I didn't contact the 501st or any other legions.
Yeah, right.
Is there a legion that's just like Jabba's palace?
I'm sure there's one in Melbourne. They're everywhere, right?
I'm sure they exist. That's why the museum lost a star because I'm sure they could have contacted somebody,
probably.
some local
Definitely.
troop.
Yeah, they should have done it. And then there's a BB-8 there, but it's also a statue.
I hope 501st people attended and all brought that up. So the staff just heard it over and over again.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I was always a little intrigued that this happened because there's no news anywhere, when it comes to like StarWars.com and, what they've been up to in Melbourne, with a pop-up Star Wars thing, right? This is all licensed stuff. So I was thinking to myself, like, what? That's so weird, right? And then I came across this article that Singapore has had its first ever Star Wars pop-up library lands at Changi Airport. And I was like, okay, what the heck is that? So, take a look at the image here.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah,
big.
pop-up
It's all
library.
legit. There's like a neon sign, Star Wars pop-up library. There's all proper signage, big like fake Star Warsy looking walls and round doorways and, people in costumes. And
Does it look like the Jedi archives inside?
well, it's all legit. Yeah. So Singapore's first ever Star Wars pop-up library has landed at level 2 of Terminal 3 in Changi Airport, inviting fans, travelers, and the curious to explore a galaxy of stories open through to January 24th, 2026. So this is a semi-permanent, it's a temporary but very permanent fixture for the next little while. It says brought to life by the National Library Board in collaboration with Disney and Changi Airport Group. The pop-up is part of the NLB's 30th anniversary celebrations and its Lab 25 vision of taking reading to unexpected frontiers. Now, NLB, I what is NLB exactly?
Look it up. Might be acronym for like.
Oh, National Library Board. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. Inside, you'll find over 2,000 Star Wars books featuring 380 unique titles, specially picked by NLB librarians, from junior fiction and graphic novels to adorable board books for the tiniest Padawans. Titles include The Mandalorian, the manga, Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith, that's the Charles Soule comic series from Marvel, the High Republic series, I'm assuming they mean all of it, and even the Padawan cookbook for whipping up treats for your little Ewoks at home. Ebooks are also available. And then there's an image here, so you can like zoom in. They've got display cabinets with lightsabers in there. They've got interactive screens with quizzes that kind of say which Jedi are you. It's kind of like getting sorted into your Hogwarts house. Here, take a look at that. What do you see there?
What's the Star Wars equivalent of a Hogwarts house?
I guess what kind of Jedi are you?
Which
maybe you're a way seeker.
That's right. It'd be obsolete by the time Phantom Menace. But
Can you imagine if like everyone's getting like way seeker? It's like I'm a like a temple guard or like like whatever.
I think that's what they more or
is.
less become is temple guard.
And then somebody goes up and like answers them.
Guardian.
Yeah, and then they just he's like, you're just Yoda.
This is what you get for your title.
I wonder if Chosen One is up in there as an option. But.
Ooh, I'm a gray Jedi.
You count a lot of books there, right? Like
there's a lot. What do you think they mean by being sorted into the house of betrayer?
Betrayer.
Jedi betrayer.
Oh boy, Sith Lord. So there's tons of books in here. You can see all those
proto Sith Lord.
All those right there with the white bottoms. Those are on the spine. Those are all
those are like
High Republic books.
Okay.
So there's a lot.
Wow.
So they have a lot of the same book all there as well. And
it said 380 or whatever, right? The unique titles, and then over 1,000 books. So there's going to be
over 2,000 books.
Over 2,000. So it means there's going to be
over 380 unique titles. Yeah. So
yeah.
It's going to be a lot of the same book, yeah.
Roughly 6 of each.
Yeah. Unlike your typical library, there aren't any librarians here. Instead, you'll find robotic arms that zip around retrieving and shelving books like your own personal droid. Simply pick your title.
Is there a video?
There's an image. So it says, I'm sure we can look up a video, but
I want to see
it says, it simply pick your title from a touchscreen kiosk and the robot will deliver it to you. You can borrow up to 16 books and ebooks for 21 days and return them to any NLB library island-wide. Though a themed return...
Is it at the airport?
Yeah, so you have to rent them at the airport, but then you can return them, I guess, anywhere...
In the country.
What
if you're passing through the airport?
I guess...
And then not in Singapore anymore.
That's a good question. I don't really know.
Sorry, sir, we cannot rent to you. You're not allowed.
I have no idea. Maybe you have to show proof that your flight returning or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe that's why they have the digital copies. But
maybe it says you can borrow up to 60 books and ebooks for 21 days. 16, yeah, 16.
Holy smokes!
Yeah,
that's a lot.
And return them to any NLB library island-wide. Though a themed return book drop is available on site strictly for titles borrowed from this pop-up. Oh, I see. Okay, that's kind of confusing. Whatever. To borrow, download the NLB app or the mobile app. Sign in with your My Library ID, tap the scanner icon, scan the book's barcode or QR code, and if you accidentally try to exit without scanning, the gate will prompt you. And there's this really cool image of this. It looks like Tony Stark's claw arm.
That's kind of what I was picturing, yeah.
Thing. And all these books are stacked almost like a server rack, horizontal,
right?
And on their unique shelves, and it's all set up for this little claw machine robot to go around.
Find the video.
And select the I think this thing is dead.
And
select the video
looks like something from the space shuttle.
It's like the book that you want, and it's crazy, right? I was like, man, this is so cool.
But yeah, it definitely is kind of set up like the Jedi Archives, where everything's very vertical, and you can see the way they've kind of set it up. There's gaps between all of the. I guess what I mean by a server farm. There's gaps between the books, so the robot can get its hand in there.
Yeah,
I suppose we should say droid.
Yeah, the droid can
get its hand in there.
Right.
And I like how the droid also looks a bit junky, like it's from the original trilogy.
Yeah, yeah, it's good, right?
Just a big hand.
Yeah. So beyond the shelves, there are loads to geek out over. Take your personality quiz to discover your Jedi alter ego. Test your knowledge at the trivia wall. And strike a pose with your lightsaber against digital screens looping iconic Star Wars scenes. Outside, R2-D2 and C-3PO are waiting for their next snap with you. I assume they're statues or something. To enter the library, scan your library-compliant ID card or NLBE card. Travelers can also request a QR code day pass with a Singapore-registered mobile number or email here. Whether you're on a layover or a hunt for your next read or simply in need of a force-filled detour, this is one library that's truly out of this world. So... thanks James Burns at Jedi News for blasting that out. And StarWars.com didn't mention this at all, which kind of surprised me because like I love seeing this kind of stuff, like how
it's very unique and cool.
Yeah,
I hope they do something like that at the next celebration.
Yeah, like it's unique and cool, and like it's good marketing,
Publicity.
it's good PR. Like it's just spreading some Star Wars cheer, and I don't see it reported anywhere on StarWars.com. Like it's kind of unfortunate because like I would love to see like StarWars.com is the place where like you go there, and I would expect all the relevant Star Wars news to be there in one place.
Have they been slacking lately?
Well, they're just kind of I don't know. I don't really know. Like they report very very like official stuff and things that are like has to do with the content that they put out. So like it's like best drama series nominee Andor up for 14 Emmys, and they have an article on StarWars.com saying ILM the visual effects of Andor season 2. And then one about the costumes, and then they've got videos about all the Andor stuff. So they're really like the only new thing here is stuff from Star Wars Celebration and the upcoming Rebuild the Galaxy Lego movie coming out on Disney Plus on September 19th, and that's pretty much it. Like there's really not a whole lot else that's brand new on there. So Jedi News is a great place to get a lot of up and like poppin' Star Wars news that like people might want to know about that isn't reported on StarWars.com, right?
Yeah, I guess gone are the days of the Rebels Recon where they kind of talk about all this cool, unique stuff.
Yeah,
it did feel like at that time. I mean, it was a simpler time, a smaller time. So I think they talked about a lot more of this like small, unique, one-off stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe there's just so much of it going on now that they can't even bother keeping up.
Right. So you got R2 and 3PO cardboard standees outside. They're pretty good looking though.
Yeah, with that camera move, kind of looks like it's like 2.5D.
Yeah. Man, the set pieces, like the walls and stuff, are really, really well done. Like it looks like they actually used like proper wood or something to make this up.
As opposed to what, like foam?
Yeah, or maybe foam. Yeah.
Get to the robot.
New automated. Experience the new automated book retrieval and return pilot system. Skip forward a little bit. Okay, so he's holding up his phone. He's got the QR code. So he's just, it's kind of like, it's like a transit line gate, like, so you have to scan your Keo card. The little doors open. You walk in, and then they close behind you. Yeah. This is a bit like the Tube in London or something.
Or Japan.
Yeah. Okay. And then, it's like, it really is like the Jedi Archives. Like you look at all the, like the robot arm goes around this entire room on its own, and you just have giant windows looking into the archives.
Yeah, it's a separated room. So you're not in the same room as the droid.
Man, that's so cool. So you scan your QR code, you choose your title, and then
it's basically a vending machine for books.
It basically is, yeah. That's honestly crazy though, like that Star Wars would get this treatment,
It's pretty cool.
It's awesome.
They should have dressed up the droid to be slightly more Star Warsy.
Yeah.
It looks like something from NASA.
Yeah. Okay, which Jedi are you? Let's see.
Losing trust in myself.
People hate it when you either
throw food.
Okay. Which skip through these options. Okay. Yeah, so there's a screen where it's like, here are some curated recommendations for you. They recommend.
What rank did he get?
I don't know. Oh yeah, let's take a look.
Is it a Jedi janitorial staff?
Anakin, you are most like Anakin Skywalker. What the heck? That's what I wanted.
You better memorize the answers.
And then based on what you get, it curates some recommendations for you. So it says,
neat.
So it recommends. So if you get Anakin Skywalker, it recommends Episode 1, The Phantom Menace novelization. Brotherhood, we read that last year.
That's right.
And Attack of the Clones, that's the novelization by R.A. Salvatore. Interesting.
What's that last book?
The Attack of the Clones novelization.
Oh, I thought it said something about sacrificing everything is worth power.
Oh, the option on the screen?
No, I'm just making up something for Anakin.
Oh. Well, that kid got Anakin too.
Wait a minute, they all get Anakin. They only have 3 books.
Oh man. Okay, yeah. So then he's also the section that he's in also has access to like grabbing all the latest stuff, which is that giant section with the High Republic in it.
This looks a lot like something from Celebration.
Yeah, it really does.
I almost wonder if they repurposed some walls and stuff.
Yeah, I wonder maybe. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this maybe was
From
at
Japan.
Celebration. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's also like a shop there as well. Maybe there's like a.
I feel like they would have talked about the droid,
Yeah,
but they might have reused the paneling.
yeah, it's possible. So they're showcasing the High Republic here in the library. Lots of kids.
It's the
kids'
newest
books.
stuff, so it makes sense.
They got some of the
Ahsoka's lightsaber.
Yeah, the Hasbro Black Series stuff in here. The lightsaber collection book. Yeah, Skywalker: A Family at War by Kristen Davis. Yeah, lots of stuff in here. They got a lot of the Marvel omnibuses in here. The Art of books.
Oh yeah, there's a solo one.
Yeah,
I like that one.
got the Force Awakens one. More lightsabers. This is neat.
Coming to an airport near you? Question mark.
Yeah, hopefully. You know, like I would love to see this in my airport. Like that's awesome.
I would get a ticket just to get in, just to go to the library, and then not actually fly anywhere.
It's kind of funny to see this little like arm grab the book and then so it puts it in its like backpack. It's like the droid has like
Like a
this little
basket thing?
this little bucket on the back of it, and then it
Like a bicycle basket.
yeah. Oh, I guess because it holds. Okay, so it
Multiple
holds.
books.
I guess maybe it can hold like multiple of your select because you can rent up to like 16, right?
Oh dang, that's right.
So it carries them all in there, and then I guess I'm assuming it comes to like a deposit slot and empties them out, and they slide out to you. Oh yeah, it comes out on a little conveyor belt,
Cool.
and then the door opens, and you can collect it from the little.
This is what I think the
Little slot.
fast food industry is going to be like in 10 years.
You know, I did see that at I think it was at Sydney Airport. There was a vertical McDonald's.
Vertical.
Yeah, so they had the cashiers on the bottom floor where everyone was, and they were taking your order. Well, if you weren't already putting your order in at the computer terminal, right?
Yeah.
Like there was also in-person people. And then the order was sent up to the top floor, which was inaccessible by anybody. And there was a transparent tube with like almost like a.
Just picturing a burger falling down. It
was like
just a mess.
It was like a conveyor belt full of claws that was like constantly going along this track on a loop, like going from the bottom all the way up to the top where people were preparing the food. And they were putting it in those McDonald's bags, cinching the top,
Yeah.
clipping it into one of these clips that go along the track
Like
automatically.
the conveyor thing.
And then it was like...
kind of like Monsters Inc. with the doors.
Yeah, exactly like that. And then it was coming down this like orangey, kind of yellowy, transparent tube. And then the claw would release towards the bottom and it would slide down this like kind of slidey thing to somebody. And then they were giving, I think the people in person were actually just giving the food to the right person.
Right. Yes, there's no snatchers.
Right. Yeah. So it was kind of cool. I was like, wow, this is like, it's crazy because it's, I guess, on the one, it's so unnecessary because like the people in the kitchen are just like, they just need to put the bag on the counter and then.
Because there was actual cooks.
Yeah, because there is cooks. Yeah,
Okay,
there is.
I would
actual
assume
cooks.
if you were doing that, it would be because you've automated stuff.
Hmm.
But maybe it sounds to me like the real reason
just
they
didn't
did
have
it
space.
is because of weird layout of space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it was very creative, though. I was like, wow, this is really cool. And like, I don't know, it just felt very futuristic, you know? Like,
I kind of wish they had done like those vacuum tubes, like you see in those businesses from like the 50s. You like send
Yeah.
letters in the vacuum tube.
yeah,
So you order and then like this bag just like shoots out of a tube.
that's exactly
Splatters your lunch.
it. That's why in the future, I think Wally had the right idea. Everyone's just drinking from blender
Right, you
blender
don't have to
drinks all
chew
the time.
anymore.
Yeah, just Slurpee drinks every day.
Do not recommend blending a burger and fries.
You've had it?
I've seen it done.
Oh, jeez, yeah. It always makes me want to throw up when I hear that kind of thing. Oh man. Anyway, so pop-up Star Wars libraries and cafes happening across the world. So despite the big slowdown with output on Disney Plus and in the theater, there's other ways that Lucasfilm is now finding to get the the branding out there. And I was like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. So it's worth talking about. But
it's pretty unique. Thing they set up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I mean, it's I'll keep
out of business.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep my ear to the ground.
No wonder that guy hates droids so much. Guy in the cantina.
One book that they didn't offer at the library, sadly, is the Paul Duncan Star Wars Archives books that I have over there that weigh like 30 pounds each.
It's probably because there's a lot of kids that go in there and their parents are going to buy a $200 book.
Well, I mean that, but also I highly doubt that claw would be able to lift it. There's no way.
Right.
Like, even I have to use two hands to lift it. Like, it's crazy, dude. Those things are super heavy. Yeah, they're huge.
It's an encyclopedia.
I have the XXL version or whatever it is that you can buy a pretty consumer friendly priced version, which is a lot smaller, and they chop it down. I think you do lose a little bit of content. Of course, all the images are smaller, but if you just want like the text, it's all there. Like the whole main interview is there. There's just less random photographs of like production reports and stuff like that.
I assume the pictures are relevant to what it's talking about, though.
A lot of the time they're actually kind of not. Like sometimes they are, but a lot of the time it's just kind of a nice spread of like here's a scan of this production report from that week of filming. And it's like sometimes
it's so random.
Yeah, and like sometimes it's relevant to what they're talking about, but other times it's just like, oh, it's just kind of cool to see, because like who the heck keeps that kind of stuff anymore? And it's just like it's a good way to document the behind the scenes, right? So there's things like that in there, which and then of course some concept art and stuff is probably chopped out of the smaller version, but yeah, the main interview is all there. So I think it's like $40 or $50 or something. So if anyone wants the small version, they're great. I always recommend them, but the big ones are heavy. So what do you got? I think you saw something you were keen to chat about.
I saw there was an update to the Gina Carano situation.
Yes. Yeah, the Gina Carano situation. Gina Carano, if anyone does not know, is the actress who is famously what's her character's name?
Cara Dune?
Cara Dune, thank you. She famously plays Cara Dune in The Mandalorian season 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Right. And a couple of years ago,
a fan favorite character.
Fan favorite, yeah, definitely. I have the action figure.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they took it out of production.
Yeah. I hope
that's still in the box.
Went out and got it. Is still in the box. Yeah. So I went out and got one, and it was a couple of years ago. We did address it on the podcast, and we didn't really linger too much on it, because it always sucks when someone gets fired, under any circumstance. Situation. Yeah. So it's just like negative news, and it's like it is what it is. To keep things pretty light on the podcast, fairly neutral here. The news is, the word on the street is the official word on the street is that the lawsuit that Gina had filed against being unfairly dropped from her position within the creative process of the show has now concluded, and she is now in a position where Disney has said, we're looking forward to future opportunities.
I got the quote here.
Oh, you got the quote? Yeah.
So from Disney, what they sent to a publisher, Disney quotations, look forward to identifying opportunities to work together with Miss Carano in the near future.
There you go.
So I don't know if that's just a PR thing, or maybe we'll see Cara Dune back at some point, because honestly, her character was super cool. I know there's obviously all this meta stuff that made it all very complicated, but if we want to talk just about Star Wars, I honestly really enjoyed her character.
Yeah.
Her storyline and her connection and relationship with Mandalorian.
Yeah, I did too. It was a character that was noticeably absent from season 3.
Yeah, you really felt the difference.
Yeah, it was. And season 3 is widely known to not be a favorite season.
Yeah, I think that's the general conception.
Yeah. So like, I'm not saying that this was the reason, but I am saying like, hey, there's a lot of contributing factors, and this is just one of them, right? Like it was too bad that we didn't get that character back, and so
you can't help but wonder if the storyline changed because of that.
Oh yeah. I you know, and not to mention, I mean, this is even the bigger news is there was going to be a show called Rangers of the New Republic.
That's right. Yeah,
which was shelved, and she was a big part of that show.
That's right. And that was also with what's his name? Kim's Convenience.
Yeah, Paul S.
What's his character name? Do you remember that?
I can never remember his full last name. Yeah,
because he hasn't
Tarson. Oh man. Carson, is it Carson like TiVo or something like that? Carson Teva.
Better look it up.
Yes, Captain Carson Teva.
Yeah.
Haha.
Because he also hasn't been in a lot of stuff lately, and it felt like he was becoming a more prominent character in season 2, was leading to something.
Definitely. Paul Sun Hyung Lee.
Thank you. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, it was leading to something, and then that just kind of
evaporated. I don't know.
Yeah.
Put back burner.
Yeah, like it was weird, right? Like, and
and I was liking the characters and the storyline as it was going. I'm like, I really wanted to know what was going to happen.
Undoubtedly, I think he'll be back for Mandalorian and Grogu, the movie. I'm pretty sure
he wasn't in Ahsoka, right?
I don't think he. You know what? I think he may have been.
Was there a cameo scene?
Maybe one.
He was brief. Oh, he was.
I think he was in the scenes with Hera.
Oh, right.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But it was brief.
Right on that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was very brief.
It's just these very small snips.
These little drop-ins, right?
Because I think he was... Is it... Yeah, it would have been the Book of Boba right after Mando makes the end one. He also has a very small scene, right?
Yeah. And here's another thing to consider. Unfortunately, in this time period between the situation with Rangers and the present situation with a new movie called The Mandalorian and Grogu coming out next year. So Carl Weathers sadly passed away.
That's right.
And he was playing a prominent character on Navarro, which is when the show starts off. And he gets to a position in power where he's now like kind of like the mayor of the planet, right? Like he's like
that's
the guy
same
running.
planet as the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like the first episode, which is like the one that
he's magistrate, I think is his title, right?
Yeah, I think it's magistrate. Yeah. So the first season, it's like that shady. It's where the Mandalorians are hiding underground, and it's like that shady cantina that he goes into. He gets the job. He brings this where Warner's character is the Imperial old guy that he delivers the child to.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he steals the child back, and he like escapes, and so that's that planet. And then
Carl Weathers turns on him.
Yeah.
With all the other bounty hunters.
Right. Yeah. Carl Weathers he turns on him, and then later he kind of redeems himself, and then by the third season, this place is now like there was that mission. It's like, okay, everything's good, but there's still this one Imperial base here that we got to break into and destroy, right? Or find out what's going on over there.
Right.
So that was in the season.
Cloners.
That was when they introduced like this back to tank cloning thing.
It's also they fought all those pirates, right? Mando.
Yeah, exactly. There was like the pirate fights and stuff. But like the whole city's like brighter, and like there's like kids there. That's when Grogu steals the cookies from the kid at school.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like, wow, like this place really got turned around, So now that he's gone, and Gina Carano's character was actually kind of like a marshal there, right? Like,
yeah, that's right.
She had a badge and everything, and
it was like a huge part of season 2, and then we never went back.
Yeah, exactly. So
Did
I wonder.
Weathers pass before season 3?
No, it was after. It was after.
Okay.
But like, that's what I mean. Like now that he's gone, I wonder if maybe a natural step for this character would be to take over as some kind of magistrate, if that's maybe something that they wanted to do with the character. I don't really picture her being in the political world, but at the same time, it's like
it doesn't really seem like her direction.
But it would be like, because they were last seen as like buddies kind of in character, like they were kind of working together and stuff. So it would make sense that maybe if they addressed his absence from the story in the future, that she would also be there for those moments, So I do wonder if maybe they'll do pickup shots for Mandalorian and Grogu, maybe slot her in, maybe look for an opportunity, like they say, in the production process there. Or maybe they'll just wait until a future story that they haven't, written around not having that character anymore.
At least that'd be the hope. Do something.
Yeah, that would be the hope. Yeah, because like you said, character's great, right?
Yeah, I always enjoyed her.
Yeah,
and I'd rather them figure out a way to do it on the screen than now just do some sort of comic or something.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want them to handle it in a book. And you know, they haven't. They've avoided.
Yeah, it's weird how that character just vanished.
Yeah. Yeah. It is weird. And yeah, it doesn't really, that part of it of the storytelling has never really sat well with me all that much, you know. And
it was very clunky, and because of outside reasons, right?
Yeah, and like whenever they do it in any story where something is dropped and it never gets resolved, I'm always like
Darth Maul.
Like, I mean, like, okay, well,
Shadow Lord.
One would be Force Awakens when Maz hands Finn Luke's lightsaber.
Story for another time.
Story
that
for
never
another
happened.
time, and then it never happened for like a long time, and now I think they filled that gap in the Marvel comics, but we're not fully up to date on the Marvel comics. So
if I'm not mistaken, which that will be, it's basically like Lord of the Rings when Bilbo finds the ring, right? She's just like stumbles on. He's like, "What's this?" A lightsaber. And then you just hear from a little ways up, "No!" Am I right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought so.
My precious!
What's that?
Oh, jeez. Okay, so yeah.
Thieves! Filthy thieves! Sorry, kind of getting away from me, but enjoying myself too much.
Yeah. All right. What else? What else we got? What do you? I mean,
apparently, New Hope's coming back to theaters for 50th anniversary.
Yeah, that's new. That's new news. A New Hope is coming back to theaters.
It's funny because I feel like now there's so many movies that there's just always now a like something's hitting some sort of like big anniversary mark.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So StarWars.com published an article about this. On April 30th, 2027, we'll celebrate the 50th anniversary of Star Wars with the re-release of 1977 classic back for a limited time in theaters everywhere. Part of Lucasfilm's year-long 50th anniversary celebration, A New Hope will play in theaters over the May 4th holiday, known as Star Wars Day or Star Wars Weekend. Switch on your targeting computer and keep your eyes on StarWars.com for more details, including when and where to buy tickets to this once-in-a-generation event. Of course, we did see the re-release of Revenge of the Sith last year for the 20th anniversary, and The Phantom Menace for its 25th anniversary not too long before that. So, having A New Hope back for the 50th is pretty special, and that lines up with Celebration in whenever the next celebration is. I think it's in Anaheim, and that's also in 2027. So people going to Star Wars Celebration for the event, undoubtedly they will have a screening at that event for this movie. Undoubtedly. I'm like calling it right now. It's going to happen.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, because that's what the whole celebration is like. They're geared around. That's why they're skipping next year and doing it in 2 years.
Really?
Because it's like, let's just build the hype for the 50th anniversary. Also, at that time, Mandalorian and Grogu will have come out already, and Starfighter will be the new movie on the block by that point in time. So,
right, okay.
So there's going to be...
There'll just be more things to talk about.
Yeah, a little bit more to talk about, a little more to publish like literature around and, stuff, right? So...
Man, so what is the next blip? It feels like there's going to be a bit of a quiet time.
I think it's next year. I think
for the whole year. Is there anything?
Well, I think Ahsoka season 2 will almost for sure be coming to Disney Plus next year. Almost for sure. Like even if it's towards the end of next year.
Is there a season 2 happening? Or is it just a Grogu movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've cast. They cast.
Oh, I keep forgetting.
Balin. They've published Ezra's photo.
Right. I don't know why I keep forgetting. I think this happened last time.
Well, that's because they're taking so long to like.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about it.
I think it's because Mandalorian.
I hear more about Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, that's overshadowing the.
I think
Ahsoka
that's
news.
why, because I keep thinking that's the next thing.
It's the only live action show that is still in production.
Yeah.
There's no future Obi-Wan, Book of Boba, Mandalorian shows, nothing.
I really want a Boba Fett season 2.
I do too.
And I feel like it has potential. I really do. Because there's a lot of low points for season 1. There was some cool stuff. I like a lot of the Sand People stuff and all that sort of thing. But I just feel like it left off with a lot of potential on the table.
Definitely, yeah. I'm hoping that we do get a season 2, but I wonder if that's something that maybe they will announce maybe at Celebration in 2 years. It seems so far away though. It's 2 years away, but
I know. I was just kind of bummed about that, but it makes sense if there's only like one show coming out next year.
Yeah. Okay, here's the other thing. There's 2 other conventions that happen in the year, almost on an annual basis. Actually, it is on an annual basis. One of them is Comic-Con, and the other one is D23. That's the Disney Expo.
Is that an event though, or is that?
It is. Yeah. So the D23 Disney Expo is actually really big, and that's where they announced Tron Ares. That's where they announced like the Lilo and Stitch sequel, I think, or the live action one. Like they always talk about new stuff that the Disney umbrella is doing in the Disney Expo, and Star Wars is no stranger to the D23. They've always showcased a little bit of Star Wars stuff there too. So it's very possible that, like maybe D23 in 2026 will roll around and they'll use that event to showcase the next Star Wars TV projects, and then also sort of get the ball rolling marketing season 2 for Ahsoka again, right? And then, of course, Comic-Con happening towards it's like at the end of the summer. They would probably showcase a little bit more about Ahsoka season 2 and use that as like some marketing for that show. And then, steamroll into the next year where it's like, okay, now we got a season 2 for Boba or a season 4 for Mando or whatever, something like that. So, but yeah, there's nothing new other than, the movies in production right now, Starfighter, Mando, and Ahsoka season 2 on TV. Everything else is either announced and in pre-production and not filming yet, or just rumor, right?
What about literature? Is there anything interesting coming out for that?
So there's the Master of Evil, I think it's called. It's like that Darth Vader book from Adam Christopher. That one's coming out in the next little while.
What place in the timeline is that?
It fits in between the 2 Darth Vader comic books. Okay. So like I think it's during the Dark Lord of the Sith comic book series from Charles Soule. It's a story that slots into that comic book series, which is kind of interesting.
So it'll have overlap with the comic then?
It will, yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of like how the Rise of the Red Blade overlapped with that same comic book series.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's coming out, and then there's Bad Batch book of course just came out, and then there's the Acolyte stories as well, and I think there was one other, but I can't remember what it is. And then of course, aside from all this stuff, we do have Star Wars Visions Volume 3 coming out not too far away now, and then next year we'll have the Ninth Jedi sequel Visions animated series to complement Volume 3. So
do you think we'll ever get another horror Star Wars book?
I hope so.
That was still one of my favorite books.
Death Troopers?
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
It has some cheesy points, like Han and Chewie show up, which is kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
I feel like that was just like a thing of its time. I feel like they always show up for some reason. But
they just have to be involved.
Yeah, but just that like horror aspect was awesome.
Yeah. I know, like, good things are said about that book all the time, and it's
fresh. I feel like we've gotten a lot of the typical adventure books. There hasn't really been a lot of horror.
Now that the Night Sisters have showcased their ability to do what they did in Clone Wars, which was resurrect, the dead and animate them, so to speak, to do certain things. So not, full resurrection or anything, not like Ventress and the latest Tales of the Underworld, but like an animated corpse, to just mindlessly fight.
Right. Which we saw in Clone Wars.
Yeah. And it's like,
On
that's
Dathomir.
cool. That's basically kind of like the zombie personality that you would expect from like Death Troopers, the novel, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of the mindless zombies.
Yeah. So I wonder if maybe now that that's more well known and recognized by people, that
you might be right.
maybe they will bring that back. And
I hope so.
Yeah, because it could be cool, to do some creepy stories like that. Maybe these things don't. Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't even necessarily have to be. I mean, it's cool that they're in the Death Troopers. They were like stormtroopers that were zombies.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even be opposed of a story of a character. Maybe it's like pre-Phantom Menace, so maybe like a Jedi character, or even like a smugglery character or something. Crash lands on Dathomir and has to fight zombie Night Sisters.
Yeah, right?
It could be that easy. I like stuff that's like small and contained like that.
Yeah, low
Just
stakes.
a cool story. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And characters that you don't know if they'll die or not because they don't exist anywhere else.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So
Jedi's fighting zombies could be pretty cool.
that could be really cool. Yeah. What else we got? Is that it? Is that everything we got?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. All right, cool.
Are you going to get the new Jango Fett starship?
No, I already have the original, so...
It's smaller, the playset version.
Are you kidding me?
Quite a bit smaller.
Than the original?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Brutal.
So they
Shrinkflation,
did-
man.
And they also kind of cheaped out, which is annoying. So there's the big, like, UCS version.
Yeah.
I think it's like $700 or something.
The UCS one's nice.
It is really nice. That one was really good. And that
Yeah.
one has a super nice Django with arm printing. So you finally have the shoulder pads.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the yellow shoulder armor. And then they do the playset version, which is very small. And it's the same minifig except for the arm printing. It's like,
Of course.
so annoying.
Of course. Sorry, you know what? I did forget one thing that I think I was going to mention before we move on here. At Comic-Con, at Comic-Con SDCC 2025, they did showcase a trailer for The Mandalorian Grogu. So, yeah, this isn't a trailer that is officially available through channels as usual. They always...
I hate how they keep doing that. It's super annoying.
It's very annoying. So thank goodness to all those who are attending who did smuggle in their GoPros and publish it on YouTube. So you can watch it on YouTube. But here's a little bit of a spoiler for the movie or for the future trailer.
You better do the alarm.
Yeah, where's the alarm here? Okay.
Oh, the music's in there still.
Okay, so a little bit of a spoiler here, but the Razor Crest will return. Yeah. Okay. Or he just gets a very similar looking ship that is almost exactly like the Razor Crest.
Interesting.
Yeah. You look unsatisfied.
I just don't know what to think about that. I like the Razor Crest, but then what happens? I don't know. Circumstantially, it's confusing.
That thing was blown to smithereens.
But there's more than one. That's a weird thing about Star Wars, where like ships are mass produced, but you only ever see one of each.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like the Falcon is supposed to be one of the most common ships in the galaxy, and you never see a single other one.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, anyway,
I shouldn't say Falcon, YT-1300.
Another thing is like the opening, like 50 seconds was him getting this awesome.
It's a long trailer.
Yeah, it was like an awesome epic hallway scene for Mando taking down a whole bunch of stormtroopers inside an AT-AT walker, which has some crazy good explosions. See some shots of him jetpacking through the skies. There was a shot of the Razor Crest, or I keep calling it the Razor Crest, but it's in there somewhere. There's shots of Sigourney Weaver's character, who works at the Rebellion. Zeb will return. He's going to be featured in this movie as well. And there was some good action scenes in here. And then we got Grogu swimming. Oh, that was kind of crazy. They're riding like a little walker thing, and I don't know. It was kind of cool stuff. I was like, okay, pretty interesting footage. So,
do you like the title?
Mandalorian Mandalorian Grogu trailer leak.
No, this is the movie Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, there it is. Razor Crest.
Weird. I don't know. It certainly looks like it.
It's 1 minute 27 seconds into the video. It's even got the same yellow paint job on the sides. It's weird, right?
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that.
Anyway, sorry, what'd you say about
do you like the title?
The title?
Mandalorian and Grogu. Does it feel like Star Wars?
Mandalorian Grogu, a Star Wars story. I don't know.
I don't think so.
It's
That's
like,
why I bring it up.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of has Solo vibes when you look at that like title card reveal as well. It's like kind of 3D and floats in front of the camera.
Right.
So I guess in that sense, like if it's a tribute to Solo, like okay, like like not I guess it's an old enough movie that it's like
it feels cheesy to me, like SpongeBob the movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I get from it.
I feel you. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like we've been talking about it now for like over a year.
Man, that's crazy.
So I feel like at this point, I've now just kind of grown used
Accepted
to
it.
it. Yeah, but I think they probably I don't know. I don't know what else they would call it though.
That's probably the problem.
Yeah.
Unless there's something that's more relevant to the story. I don't know.
Yeah. Like with the George Lucas movies, if people don't remember the titles of the movies themselves, they would just refer to it as the episode. But this isn't an episode, so it's not like
Right.
It's not like there's any other
No,
way.
I feel like people still say like Attack of the Clones or like AOTC.
I think like fans do, but fans know what like fans know where that takes
Right.
place
You're
and
talking
what
about normies.
You know, yeah, normies probably don't remember.
They probably
right?
just call it Star Wars.
They probably they call all of it Star Wars.
Exactly.
Star Wars, the second one.
See, now that's a title.
Yeah. All right, buddy. We'll catch you in the next one, shall we?
Sounds good. We'll see you out there. Keep flying.
All right. Thank you so much to our audience for tuning in to this next Cantina Banter episode. We always appreciate having you. So definitely hit those subscribe buttons, those notification bells. Share the show with a friend and follow us on all your podcast apps. Go and check out Star Wars Launchpad, and all the ways to reach us are in the description below. We love hearing from you. Thumbs up if you can. May the Force be with you.